the pickup of Starling Castro. I know a lot of people don't seem to like it as much. And then they also re-signed Asdrubal Cabrera. They gave him, I think, $2.5 million, something like that.
Right.
Really a nothing deal. And I feel like they got Castro for a steal, too. They gave him like 2 years and
2 years, $12 million.
$12 million, $6 million a year for a guy that hit 22 bombs and he'd drive in like 86, 90 runs, something like that last year.
He's got a little pop.
Career 280 hitter. I know his WAR number wasn't very impressive last year.
I don't know what kind of a fielder he is, but he's got.
I think he's an average fielder at best. But he's a versatile guy
who
could play any of the infield spots.
Yeah.
And nobody's suggesting that he's some sort of great replacement for Anthony Rendon. I think the plan is at this point to play him at second. But not a bad fall guy to have in there. I actually really liked that pickup. I thought that was a nice move by Mike Rizzo.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar to the Dozier pickup. Dozier had a little bit more pop, but, I mean, you could argue they're about the same player. Dozier's probably a better defensive player, but my question is, what are they going to do at third?
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to make a move?
Stockpile, and that they're trying to make a trade.
Yeah, I think
that's what I feel like they're doing.
They definitely were talking to the Cubs about Bryant.
Right.
But
Which would be great.
I think the Cubs also were interested in Robles in that deal, and Rizzo probably said, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, shot that down.
So if it's Keyboom and a couple other prospects or another player, then maybe it gets it done if the Cubs are willing to do it. But I feel like they're going to make a deal for someone at third. I'm just not sure who it is. Bryant would be huge.
I think if they could pull that off. It looks like there seems to be like the buzz on Donaldson was much higher a few weeks ago. Like it felt like, wow, this
seems like he's not
like the Nats were driving all of this, and now there's like 4 or 5 different players in there, and the Nats just seem to be sort of in the mix. And I think Rizzo senses that, and I think that's why he's starting to make some of these other moves.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Donaldson's interested in coming to the Nationals.
From
what I've seen, it seems like there are a couple other favorites, and I think he was waiting for like potentially his current team to match.
I think he's gotten somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 years, $100 million from all the teams. He wants them to go to 110, and supposedly, from what I read, the first one to go to 110, he'll make the move. So I guess Mike and those guys have decided they're not going to go there.
I don't know. I like the Harris signing last week. That's really the only thing we talked about, which was bolstering the bullpen.
I like that.
That was the Achilles heel this year, and even though we last remember him giving up a home run to Howie Kendrick, he was great in the playoffs and throughout the regular season. He's a bit older.
It's the only question. I think he'll be 35, right? Comes to start next season, or
probably
he's
was
already
36, maybe.
Yeah.
But
so
he was great last year.
Came a 3-year deal.
According to Ken Rosenthal, the talks between the Nats and Chris Bryant or the Cubs have gone nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was his quote. But I don't know, what that means.
Right. Well, let's just think about who they have under contract next year, just infield-wise. They have Cabrera. They have Howie, who could play anywhere, but is, more of a role player at this point.
But they played him at second base.
He did play
in the
absolutely.
playoffs.
They have Trey, of course. You get locked down at shortstop. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt.
They haven't locked on Zimmerman yet. But we kind of assume that Zimmerman's going to be back.
Well, Zimmerman, God bless Ryan, is the worst negotiator in history because he said he'd come back for anything. He doesn't care.
Yeah, showing all his
cards.
He just
wants to play. Yeah. So I'm assuming they're going to get that done.
You would think. You would think he'll be back in the fold.
But he's currently not yet.
Right.
What about Matt Adams? Is he gone too?
Yeah, I think he's
gone.
A free agent.
He's a free agent.
They've got Kendrick. They've got
Turner, Castro, Cabrera,
Sanchez, Defoe, Keyboom if he makes the big squad. They don't have anything really.
Yeah.
I mean, besides bench players.
I wouldn't have a problem with them trading Keyboom at all. I would.
Well, if they can get
Chris
Bryant, yeah.
That would be amazing.
Well, he would have to be in that trade.
Right.
But if they don't make a trade for anybody, and would you be comfortable with Keyboom starting at opening day at third?
No. You might have to have it. You might have to have a situation where you go there start at third.
Mm-hmm.
Which Castro, by the way, played 162 games last year. Played every game. I think
for Miami.
Yeah. I think I saw that he
not one meaningful game.
Right.
Not even the first.
Right.
I don't have the breakdown.
He was with the Cubs, though. Did he win a World Series with the Cubs, or was he with the Yankees by that time? I have to go back and check.
No, I want to see his breakdown on how many games he played, like at third and at second and all that. I think he played something like, did he play 45 games at third last year? Can't remember.
I've got it right here. At third base, he played 45 games.
45 games at
He
third.
played 117 at second.
At second,
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, you could play him either one. I think if you look at his defensive numbers, they're pretty average to mediocre.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're definitely losing out.
But he played 1 million games at shortstop with the Cubs.
Right.
So he has
But that
played
was
the left
that
side.
was a while ago.
Yeah,
right?
that was 15 was the last time with the Cubs last
Right.
year.
Right. But anyway, I like the signing. I mean, he probably strikes out a little more than what you like, but that's what guys do these days. I think it gives them good depth. I think they still have, don't they have something like 24, 25 million under the cap to play with?
Really?
Yes.
So they
Needs to
still
be
have some room
reported.
there. Now, is that enough room if they could to sign a Josh Donaldson? Probably isn't. Especially if Donaldson wants 110. They might have to do something there. Is Robles, in your mind, expendable? That's the first I'd thought of it, having read over the weekend that Robles is who the Cubs want.
I would say no.
No, I'd want to keep him.
You still
Because I
love
think he still has huge upside.
I think he's going to get better. I think he's going to get better. So
Oh,
I'm going to
definitely.
keep Robles.
Definitely.
Would you give up Robles and a couple other, middle of the pack prospects for Bryant as opposed to Keyboom? If you keep Keyboom and get rid of Robles for Bryant,
Trying to see what that would leave us in the outfield.
and then I don't know what you're going to do with Keyboom.
How many years would you have Bryant for?
I don't know. He's got some grievance with the Cubs right now about his free agency, his first free agency year. So I don't know where that stands. I don't think he's going to win that grievance. So I'm not sure. I'd have to look up his contract. I would keep Robles myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to I like Soto and Robles and Eaton in the outfield. I like that. Throw Michael Taylor in there.
Is Michael Taylor still under
Maybe-
contract or no? Is he a
think so.
free agent too?
I think so.
He's still under contract.
Yeah, you pick someone else up that can
Guy's got 9
rotate
lives.
in there. But they got to do
He
something at third.
contributed.
He was huge. He was huge
contributed
down
in
the
the
stretch.
playoffs.
Yeah. But every time you think, okay, Michael Taylor's made that leap, he gets it, and then he never really can do it.
Generally, guys are
Day
what
in
they
and
are
day
by
out.
the time they're at his age.